My husband mentioned another woman's name in his sleep last night, and now I'm paranoid because she's someone he knows and often spends time around. I brought it up to my husband in a joking manner. He immediately got defensive, and began saying he couldn't freaking believe I was making an issue out of this. I was pretty taken aback by his immediate defensive reaction. I assured him I wasn't accusing him of anything, I had just wanted to bring it up since it happened and make a joke out of it so he knew I wasn't actually upset. He continued to call me ridiculous, dramatic, etc., and if he expected me to stop hanging out with her because of this I was out of my goddamn mind. Then he left. Update 2 days later, after my husband's very defensive response after I brought it up in a really lighthearted way, I began to get a little concerned, especially how he said if you expect me to stop hanging out with her over this you're out of your goddamn mind. Of course I never would have asked him to stop talking to her over a dream, but his response really was over the top. So yesterday I took a half day and got home from work at 4:15, the time they're usually hanging out. My kids and my husband were not at home, despite my husband telling me he had gotten them off the bus and his Life 360 saying he was home, plus his car being in the garage. I called his phone and it went off in the bedroom, but no sign of him. So I walked by the woman's house. She has a pool in her backyard and from the street I could hear the two of them, clearly, in the backyard in the pool, talking and laughing. I literally didn't even go onto her yard. I just yelled out my husband's name and said, "Where are the kids?" He was silent for so long. He started to say something but I cut him off. I think I just told him to shut the hell up, and told him just tell me where my kids were. He said they were over at his mother's. I told him he had until I went to get them and get back to get his stuff out of the house. He tried to keep talking. At this point he had come out to the street but I honestly didn't want to hear anything he had to say. I told him I wasn't messing around, if he was still there when I came home I was going to lose it. He got the point. He was gone but I did let him tell me his side of the story on the phone later that night. He said they were just friends, that he didn't tell me how close they were because he thought I would get upset. A lie, I don't care if he has female friends or not as long as he's respectful of boundaries, which he wasn't. I don't believe anything he said. He lied about where our kids were to innocently hang out with a friend. Obviously this is all new, but I have no intentions of reconciling with him. I'll be a co-parent and nothing else. It feels surreal to me how all of this started. I still can't really believe it's happening. Like someone in the comments said, you'd think after almost being caught via sleep talking, husband would take a week off cheating, but no, gotta scratch that itch.